Okay, we're live. Welcome to the Living Theosophy YouTube channel. There's always stuff to learn when we're going live. Like I have this light beam thing happening and the light coming in from the window, but I'm grateful that you're here. We're going to be finishing up Light on a Path. This is a Theosophical classic, and look how tiny it is. So we've been doing this for a few months. We do recorded Key to Theosophy book studies on this channel. We also will be starting Voice of the Silence and doing live book studies on that. I need to find a time that works for you. So whoever it is that is here, if you are watching, can you please let me know what time works for you, what time zone you're in, and if I do these at night, maybe this might be easier for America and for England to be here, because it's like a little room, a community. And we're all dedicated students of Theosophy. We're all here together to study and learn and evolve. And that's what this is all about. So what is Theosophy? If you are here on the Living Theosophy YouTube channel, I don't think it's by accident. Living Theosophy is what I would say if I had nothing else to say. At the end of my life, I would say become these teachings of Theosophy. They are imperatively important. So Living Theosophy on all social media platforms. I'm an old radio, and I do mean old. I just turned 53 the other day. I'm a former radio and television broadcaster, now voicing these teachings because I believe it's imperative to get them out into the world, into the digital world. 3 of you are here, welcome. And welcome to the rewatchers. I will edit the beginning of this one. I said I would do that before, but I will edit the beginning of this one because we're learning. We just moved to a new house. So the internet is new, the lighting is new, the set is, it's crazy, but you can see there the secret doctrine. If you wanted to ever study what's inside the secret doctrine and you don't know how to begin, I highly recommend starting with this little theosophical classic, all right? The teachings of compassion are encompassed in here in a way that, well, basically, when you're ready for them, they appear in your life. So you're not here by accident. This was written down in 1885 by a woman named MC. Now, I have a picture of her here. Hang on one second. And it didn't turn out very well. But let's see. Can you see Mabel in that picture? Yeah, you can kind of see her. There she is. There's Mabel. That's Mabel Collins. Back in her day, back in the late 1800s, she was against vivisection. She was an author and she was a theosophist, but she also was able to, I say channel for lack of a better word, but she wrote down some of the most important teachings in this little book. And HPB says, Blavatsky, which is Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, her quote on this particular book is, she says, that it is a true jewel and it belongs to and emanates from the same school of Indo-Aryan and Buddhist thought and learning that is in the secret doctrine. Okay, so it's a really tiny little text, but it always never fails to pack a punch when I revisit it, no matter what is happening in my life. It's weird. If you want a free copy, please click over here. Wait a minute, over here. There you go. Please click over here to the Living Theosophy bookshop. You can download a free copy. If you'd like to support the work done here on Living Theosophy, there are support packages where you can get audiobooks for a very hugely reduced price. And all of that goes back into the Theosophical teachings. Everything received here, the Periscope, the live broadcast that we do on the Living Theosophy Periscope channel, all goes back into Living Theosophy. It's to share these teachings with the entire world. What are we coming up on? 8 billion people? And 2 billion of them are on Facebook. So we can get these teachings out into the world where they can be applied and people can become them. And if you become these teachings, you will find that your life will change. Now, I had a comment real quick before we get into the studies. I had a comment here from one of you that says, you look like a completely different woman from when I first started listening and watching these videos. You looked so humble and natural. Now, what I will say is that, yes, if you look at the beginning of these teachings, go back to the beginning of the Key to Theosophies back in 2017, there is a difference in my appearance. And I believe it is because in 2018, in May, there was a change in our diet. We went vegan for compassion reasons only. We were not expecting our bodies to change at all. We didn't want to build our bodies from suffering. And from that point forward, from May forward, it's like a time capsule. It literally is like a reversal of time, like a fountain of youth. So compare the two. I look like I'm in my mid-60s when I begin these, and now I feel younger than ever. And I used to wear black all the time, and anyway, it was a different time in my life. And these teachings, when you become them, you change. Not just physically, that's just a by the way, but it's compassion. My body is not built on the suffering of any living being. And the fundamental teachings of Theosophy are to help ease the unnecessary suffering, to help lighten the load, lift the heavy karma, to ease the unnecessary suffering of all beings on our planet. So, last week, well, it wasn't last week, it was more like last month. You're free to ask questions if you wish. This is a very flat light. I'm looking here. The light is very flat. I need to work on that. Anyway, ask questions if you wish. I will answer them. I try to answer every comment and question here on the Living Theosophy YouTube channel. Last month, we were at the very end here on number 13 in the second part. And it is, speech comes only with knowledge. Attain to it. And it is impossible to help others until you have obtained some certainty of your own. Let me repeat that. This is from last time, and then we'll get into this month's. So you can read along if you get the book on the Living Theosophy YouTube channel. I'm sorry, on the Living Theosophy bookshop in the website. Just click the little purple picture of somebody very special. Okay. It is impossible to help others until you have obtained some certainty of your own. Okay. When you have learned the first 21 rules and have entered the hall of learning with your powers developed and your sense unchained, you will then find there is a fount within you from which speech will arise. Okay. After the 13th rule, Mabel says here, I can add no words to what is already written. And then she closes that with, my peace I give unto you. So remember, you can pick up anywhere in these studies. If you want to go back and start at the beginning, you can. I do interject some of my thoughts. I try not to dork out when people come in too much, because that's a Periscope habit of interacting with viewers. So if you are here and I'm not freaking out about that you're here, I will acknowledge you, I promise. Welcome, there's 4 of you here. So these classes will always be free. Any donation that you make, if you do I think they're called super chats. If you give a super chat, that all goes back into voicing these teachings and all of the equipment and publishing the books and all that. So these teachings need to be free all over the world. And that is what I'm doing here. I'm simply a student of Theosophy. I'm not a teacher, because, say it with me, the platform from which the teachings are to be taught from are meant for the teachings, not the teacher. Okay, and I'm no teacher, I'm a student. So this little book, A True Jewel, belongs to and emanates from the same school of Indo-Aryan and Buddhist thought and learning as in the Secret Doctrine. We are moving forward into, let's see, where are we? Here we are, 14, yes. Okay, so we're in 14 in section 2. Having obtained the use of the inner senses, okay, having conquered the desires of the outer senses, think vices and virtues here. It's always easiest to think lust and greed and gluttony and pride. And then you have compassion and kindness and empathy and love and understanding. Okay, think of that as outer and lower or upper and higher. Okay, anyway, having conquered the desires of the individual souls and having obtained knowledge, prepare now, O disciple, to enter upon the way in reality. You're going to get to work. Okay, because all of this learning is not so you can go apply it on a stage or you can become a big author for Hay House. It's so you can overcome yourself. All right, that's what this is about. The path is found. Make yourself ready to tread it. Okay. 15. Inquire of the earth, of the air, of the water, of the secrets they hold for you. It's nature. Nature is the true church. The development of your inner senses will enable you to do this. You'll see things differently when you start to change. When you become these teachings, when you apply them to yourself, you're not going to be able to change anybody else or anything else but just you. When you start to do that, you will see the things around you and you begin to change. Okay, if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask them. I'm just letting you know I will interact. I see over here. Okay. Number 16. Inquire of the holy ones of the earth, of the secrets they hold for you. The conquering of the desires of the outer senses will give you the right to do this. So when you overcome the vices, you will then have earned the right to do this. First deserve, then desire. Okay, where are we? There we go. Wait. 14, 15, 16. Okay, 17. Sorry, my printer printed on both sides. Here we go. 17. Inquire of the inmost. The one, this is capitalized, the one of its final secret, which it holds for you through the ages. Okay? Let's repeat that one. Number 17 in the second part. Inquire of the inmost, the one of its final secret, which it holds for you through the ages. Okay? Any thoughts? This great and difficult victory, the conquering of the desires of the individual soul, is a work of ages. I'm going to digress here. You're not going to get through this in one lifetime. This is just one day. Your life here in this physical form is just a day. It is only just a moment. It is a blip in time, and these just happen to be the clothes that you're wearing in this particular personality. It is a page, no, sorry. It is a chapter in a book that is actually in a library of libraries that is ever expanding and ever expanding. You are only here for a moment in this life. Okay, so don't think that it's going to be from birth to death. That is just a little dash, as they say. And some people are here for a long time. Everybody thinks that being in an old folks home at 95 is a win. You may exit today. What have you done with yourself? You've got to overcome yourself. You are the temple. You've heard that before. It happens with you. So the great and difficult victory, the conquering of the desires of the individual soul, is a work of ages. Therefore, expect not to obtain its reward until ages of experience have been accumulated. When the time of learning this 17th rule is reached, listen to this, man is on the threshold of becoming more than man. That's really big. That's big. I'm going to take a break here with Eddie. Hang on. This is a potter out of Glastonbury named Eddie Doughton makes these, and I love this cup. And it's been packed in the move, Eddie Doughton. So a little bit of tea there. Thank you. It's true. Number 18. The knowledge which is now yours is only yours because your soul has become one with all pure souls and with the inmost. It is a trust vested in you by the Most High. Betray it, misuse your knowledge, or neglect it, and it is possible even now for you to fall from the high estate you have attained. Great ones fall back, even from the threshold, unable to sustain the weight of their responsibility, unable to pass on. Therefore, look forward always. Welcome to the new member here. Look forward always with awe and trembling to this moment, and be prepared for the battle. Now I ask you this every time. What is the battle? Be prepared for the battle. Look forward and always with awe and trembling. Awe and trembling. Be prepared for the battle. What is the battle? Anybody want to say something? Is anybody in front of their keyboard? Move your little thumb to say something? No, the battle is between your higher and lower self. And so for the rewatchers, I'm trying to get the folks that are live. It is early for America. It's a totally different time that we're doing these. I'm trying different times of the day. If there's a time that works best for you, please let me know, because I may do these late at night here in the UK so America can be awake. But the great battle is between your higher and your lower self. In all of the teachings, replace the name God with your higher self. In all of the teachings, replace the word lower self with man with you. Okay, so God and man is you. It's not going to happen anywhere else. It's going to happen inside you. In the Star of Solomon, the two triangles, we are the highest level of matter, the lowest level of spirit. That's pointing down and pointing up. This is a sacred thing, life here on this planet. And what you do with it, what you do is extremely important. And if you are here this long, and you've listened to this lesson this long, it is imperative that you pay attention and become these teachings, become them. Because, well, that's what we're supposed to do. What's the meaning of life? My son asks me that all the time. What is the meaning of life? It is to become the teachings of compassion and love and unity, and understand that the meme yesterday, that we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. So it's all going to take place inside you. It's not going to take place anywhere else. So it's not about me or the books, it's about you. Okay, sorry for pointing. That's rude. Okay. The battle is between your higher and your lower self. Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna is the higher self. Arjuna is the lower self. You have the Christos presence, the Christ. You have the higher and the lower. You have the crucifixion of the physical self. There's so much more. But anyway, number 19, digression is a fault of mine. I apologize. But I am so passionate about these teachings. There's nothing more important to do. 19, it is written for him who is on the threshold of divinity that no law can be framed and no guide can exist. Yet to enlighten the disciple, the final struggle may be thus expressed. Hold fast to that which has neither substance nor existence. Remember, this book is a book. There's paradoxes. These rules, these axioms, they are a little confusing. So let's say that again. But listen, because the more you understand and the more you grow, the more you evolve, the better and the different you will hear these. They will sound different. They sound different to me. And I read this book all the time. Okay. Hold fast to that which has neither substance nor existence. And number 20, listen only to the voice which is soundless. That is the voice of the silence. It's inside you. Some might think it's your conscience, your higher self, you know when you just know. But if you listen even quieter and you go even deeper, you will hear this voice. And if you wish to use this ability to help others, to ease the unnecessary suffering of all beings on this planet, you will hear the voice more clearly. So listen only to the voice which is soundless. And the final, number 21, the final axiom is, look only on that which is invisible, alike to the inner and the outer sense. Let's read that again. Look only on that which is invisible, alike to the inner and the outer sense. Which is, then it says, peace be with you. So that's the close of Light on the Path. We've actually done this entire thing. Look only on that which is invisible, alike to the inner and outer. So that means beyond this physical world. So beyond the 5 senses, we have sight, sound, touch, hearing, and taste. Those are our 5 senses, all right? And we have earth, air, fire, wind, and spirit, right? Okay, it's interesting that we have everything we need right at our fingertips. This is all related to alchemy. That's what they call the transmutation into gold. It was easier for the alchemists to say to the churches that they were going to be making gold than what they were truly doing. Because if you look at the drawings and you look at the teachings, they're talking about you doing this and becoming pure. I met a gentleman on the tour at Glastonbury, and he was talking about how you cook mead. Now, I've been sober for 17 years. I used to drink mead wine at the Renaissance festivals. But anyway, he's talking about how you cook the mead and the impurities bubble to the surface until the mead is pure and golden. And that's basically what you're doing. If you're here and you're paying attention to these teachings and you even know the word Theosophy, then you're ahead of the game. And you are going to hopefully understand that it's not going to be happening when you go to a place and you pay your dues and you're at the building and all this stuff happens when you're in the building, you're in the room. It's actually going to take place in everyday life, when you're dealing with your bills, when you're dealing with your spouse, when you're dealing with your job, when you're dealing with your family, when you're dealing with heartache and loss, when you're dealing with all of that. It happens every moment. Theosophy and becoming a theosophist is literally, it is applied in every single solitary moment. So every thought, everything is a prayer, basically. Prayer isn't just something that's beyond you, it's something that's inside of you. You are it. You are all. You are all space and time. Does any of this make any sense to anyone who's here? There's 5 people here. So I'd like to invite you to get your free copy. You can get your free copy of Voice of the Silence, Light on the Path. The Key to Theosophy, we do book studies where they're recorded, so it's not quite so much technical drama. I have a little more control over that because I can edit them. But if you go over here, you'll see the little purple picture. Now that is a very special picture, and that is the logo of the Living Theosophy brand. And it is not about me. I'm simply a speaker. I'm just like the speakers I turned off in the other room. I'm just a voice. That's it. And I apply these teachings, and I find the joy and the happiness and the health and the understanding that they bring me so important that it is imperative that I use my voice for something more important than talking about Steven Tyler. So we have no one chatting, but there's 5 watching. So welcome to the rewatchers. Hit that link. Is that to the left? Yeah, hit that link. Get your free ebooks. If you wish to support the channel, share these videos. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification button, so you can come on and be here. We're going to be doing way way more than we've been doing before. And I would like to also join up with some other Theosophists, hopefully, to be able to get these teachings out into the world. So the responsibility lies upon your shoulders. If you want to change the world, you've heard this before. We attribute the quote to Gandhi, become the teachings. Thank you. Oh my God, there's somebody there. Hi there, Galen. Hi there, Galen. Welcome. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to leave a comment. It is interesting. I'm used to talking to myself, though. Being in radio, you can't see or hear or interact with your listeners other than the telephone back in the day. So it's totally fine. I appreciate you, Galen, and welcome. Thank you. Do go to the bookshop. Get your free copy of these books. Okay, you can download them right now. They're absolutely free. There are audiobooks there as well. I can't talk today. There are audiobooks there as well that you can download, and they're cheaper than on the global marketplaces. Things like Audible, they set the price for me, which is frustrating because I'd like to make them much less. But they unfortunately set the price due to the length of the audiobook, and you can get them much cheaper on the Living Theosophy YouTube channel. Thank Juan. Welcome, Juan, and all. Welcome, Juan. It's nice to see you here. I'm glad that you're here. Go get your free ebooks. And listen, if Theosophy touches you as it touches me, I remember how I felt when I first found these teachings. I said, there's something here. This is it. This is what I've been looking for. All the New Age guru crap and all that stuff, it was kind of close. They cherry-picked it. They cherry-picked it from these ancient teachings. These teachings are not just from the end of the 1800s. These are not just 19th century teachings. However, a large majority of these teachings came through in the late 1800s. However, go back, alchemy, Kabbalah. I was going to say Kabbalah and the Kabbalists and alchemy all at the same time. So I said Kabbalah, and it's live television. There's nothing I can do. The Kabbalah, the Jewish mysticism, you will find it there. You will find it in the writings of Plato. You will find it in the oldest sayings of the most ancient teachings of man. They are compassion and love and unity. We are on a round ball that's floating through space, which we think is nothingness, but it's not nothingness. It's ever expandingness, and it's going. And what is this? What is cosmogenesis? What is anthropogenesis, man and the universe? What is microcosm and macrocosm? What is it? Do you want to know? Go to Theosophy. You want to find out about ghosts? Look into Theosophy. You want to find out about the afterlife? Look into Theosophy. You want to find out about past lives? Look into Theosophy. You want to find out about karma? Theosophy. The answers are found in these ancient teachings. And it isn't just called Theosophy. They are the mysteries, these ancient mysteries. The name Theos meaning gods, Sophia meaning wisdom. These are the ancient wisdom of the gods. Not God as in religion, but anti-religion. It is the fundamental teachings, the foundation of all the world's religions. So, there you have it. The end of Light on the Path. We did it. You can start anywhere you wish. You can start the Key to Theosophy and begin there anywhere you wish. And we'll start Voice of the Silence this month, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully we'll do that. But I'm going to edit this and get this up and work on the lighting because I do look flat. It is really flat. So anyway, thank you, Juan, and thank you, Galen. Thank you all for being here. I love you. And go get your books. And subscribe, share, become Living Theosophy yourself. That's what you're here to do. That is the meaning of life. Compassion and love. I love you. And I don't know how to close this on my phone. I think I do it up there. Okay. I'll see you later. I love you. Bye-bye. Okay, we still live? Yes, we're still live. Okay, wait. And go.